Brad Maurer won the Masters in 2023 and was looking to repeat in 2024. All eyes were on him. You could feel it in the air out there. The question was, could he do it again?
But he struggled early in this tournament. The hopes to go back-to-back were fading.
Jacob Maurer had never won a Masters before, and it looked like he was about to do it.
He had the swing, the numbers, the momentum. For a while, it felt like nothing out here could touch him.
But he forgot about one thing: the champ.
He hits his tee shot onto the cart path. He's got cleats on spikes, and as he went to hit the ball, his foot slipped out, and I heard the crack in his knee. I just saw the look in his eyes. It was like he'd just been shot. I said to him, "You might be jeopardizing your career here. Maybe this is the time to quit." And I'll never forget, he looks at me and he goes, "Stevie, fuck you, I'm winning this tournament."
Brad Maurer completed the greatest comeback in sports history.
There still remains one question. There is no way it can happen again. Right?
Jacob Maurer is looking for revenge and his first title, while Carter Rodzik is looking to prove he isn't a rookie fluke. That's the collision course we're on.
These are the stakes at hand. This is the Masters.
Welcome to the 2025 Masters. Let's take a look at those resumes. Brad Maurer, the back-to-back champ, looking strong as Carter Rodzik has really had everything under the spectrum. Jacob Maurer with 2 second-place finishes. He's been close, but no cigar. That leads us to our totals. Brad Maurer with 2 after he went back-to-back. Carter with the first ever tournament victory. And Jacob still with none, but he was pretty close last year. Led for 42 holes in the tournament. But it was Brad Maurer coming back in dramatic fashion to take that one. Brings us to our odds for this tournament. Brad Maurer is the favorite. Carter Rodzik not too far behind. And Jacob Maurer is the long shot. These odds brought to you by FanDuel. And if you have a gambling problem, please don't bet on Jacob, the official gambling source for the Michigan Cornhole Masters.
Welcome to round 1 of the 2025 Masters here at Tip of the Thumb Mini Golf to hole number 1. Starting it off is Carter. Carter's first shot, very solid, the defending champ. Brad trying for three-peat. Yeah, not bad. Just about put it in. Here's Jacob trying to get off the schneid, trying to get his first Masters. Solid shot here. Carter for 2, Jacob for 2, Brad for 2. We are all tied going into hole 2. Now this is a tricky hole. Let's see how they play it this year. And too much muscle there on that one. Jacob, too much mustard on that hot dog there. Let's see what Carter can do. Carter probably take a little bit off. And Carter took too much off. Carter, you got to get to the hill there, buddy. Yep, he knows it. Jacob here now, up, still trying to hit it too hard. Oh, Jacob, you too much weight training. And again, and over the hill again. Let's see what else he can do here. Nice. Wait a minute. Oh! Almost goes in. Let's look at a replay sponsored by Michigan Cornhole Masters. Look at that. It kisses the edge of it, but does not go in. Thank you for this replay. He puts it in, though. He got a 5. Carter, too much now. And again, not enough. This is a tricky one, folks. And not enough. It is frustrating. Oh, and then he almost puts it in, but doesn't. But he gets a 6 on that one. Oh, Brad. He knows better. He's the 2-time defending champ on this thing, and he gets the roll that he wanted, but it just stays over there and does not want to go in the hole. And that one weaves around the hole. I've never seen a shot like that before. All right, we are on the hole 3. Carter. Oh, wait, this is Jacob. Sorry. Jacob gets it up there. Now we got Carter. Carter gets it up the hill this time. Not bad at all. Brad, let's see what he's got here. Oh, look at that shot. Not bad at all. Let's see if these guys can hit 2. Carter, yes, solid shot there. Jacob, nice job. Taps it in. Brad, yep, got her. All right, we are on to hole 4. And Carter. Nice shot around there. Not the best corner, but hey, I've seen worse. Let's see what the defending champ has here. And not bad. Boy, that's a beautiful shot. Almost in the hole. He's got 2. He's pumped. He knows it. Jacob owns this round. He owns this. He has got to get separation early here. And he's got 2. Nice job. He is tied for the lead. Carter. What a shot by Carter. That is not easy, folks. He is a true professional. All right, the windmill. Oh, jeez. That hole does not forgiving. Jacob. Nice shot. Look at Brad's. His head went way over there. He almost holed it. Carter got it through. Nice shot. Jacob for 2. Brilliant. Carter 2, brilliant. Now let's look at this. Brad almost hole-in-one'd it, and now he's struggling. We've seen it before. You almost get a hole-in-one, and he botches into it again. Oh, he saved 4 on that one, but we're starting to see some separation here. Jacob in the lead. Now on to the next hole. Brad shot, not bad. Carter. Nice shot. Replay. Look at this. Wow. Carter, yes. That was a heart palpitation moment. And thank you, Michigan Cornhole Masters, for that replay. Oh, here we go, Brad. Brad and Jacob, I got mixed up there. Not enough on that one, but Jacob puts it in. Carter puts it in. Brad, tough shot here. And it rolls in and out. A 3 on that one. Going into hole 7, Jacob up by 1 stroke on Carter and 3 on the defending champ. Jacob's starting to get some separation here. Let's see how everyone does in geometry class here. Everyone's getting up there. Jacob here. Let's see how he does. Brilliant shot. Carter. Solid. Brad, he struggled on these, but he got it in. Look at the dance. He knows it. He can feel it. Jacob. Tough shot. He saves it in. Jacob and Carter are tied. Going on to hole 8, Brad. 2 strokes down. Let's see what he does on the loop-de-loop here. Not bad. Not great either. Jacob on the loop-de-loop. Solid. Look at that. That's why he owns this course, folks. He owns this course. Carter, pretty good shot too. Look at, even better shot. Carter taps it in the lead. Jacob in the lead. Brad trying to keep pace. Oh, that one bounced in and out like popcorn. Hole 9. Jacob and Carter are tied. Here comes Jacob. Watch out for those pins or whatever you want to call them. Will it stay on? It will. Carter up the hill. Beautiful shot. Brad, don't hit the pins. All right, nice shot. All right, let's see what we can do here. Carter, brilliant shot. Brad, solid. Now Jacob to keep pace in the lead. Beautiful. He is pumped, folks. He is pumped. We got Jacob and Carter tied. Brad, the defending champ, 2 strokes back. As we go into the back 9. Hole number 10. Carter starting it off. Gets it through. Brilliant shot. These are makeable pars. Brad, don't hit the grate. Ooh, that came close, but you know what? He got it through. Solid. Very solid. Jacob gets it through. Oh, dang. That was close. He gets a 2. Carter gets a 2. Brad. Ooh, almost missed it, but he got it. He got it. Hole 11, still the same. Carter and Jacob in the lead. Oh, we skipped the whole circle thing, and not bad. And skip it again. Pretty good. Look at that shot. That's where you want it, folks. That's how a true pro does it. Carter following. Look at this. Nice shot. Beautiful. Carter in 2. Jacob in 2. Solid. This is a tough putt here. Will Brad hit it? Yeah, he's a defending champ. Of course he'll hit it. We're in the hole 12. Oh, boy. Up this hill, and it stays. Carter, it stayed. Ooh, that stayed too. All right, let's see what happens here. Brad puts it in, and here it comes out. Will it have a generous bounce? Oh, yes. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Jacob puts it in. Will he have the same result as Brad? No, he won't. Just missed it. Carter. Ooh. He got that one. No go, folks. This one go in. Ooh, it kind of went where Jacob's did. And he gets it in there. We're on the hole 13. Jacob up by 1 stroke over Carter and Brad. Carter. Is he going to use his molly? No. Ooh, not quite. Jacob. Not quite. Tough hole here. Carter. You don't want to hit it too hard on this. I don't blame Carter here. Oh, look at that. My goodness. Just a breeze would knock this thing in. Oh, man. But well played by Carter. Probably better than the rest of them. Let's see, Brad. I have a feeling this one's just going to play volleyball over that hill. Yep, he knows it too. He's looking around to make sure. Yeah, he's going to use his mulligan here. Let's see if this is a wise use of mulligan. Hey, not bad. Not bad. All right. Not bad there. Maybe a good decision to use the mulligan. Jacob. Not bad. He got it, though. Nice putt up the hill. We are on the hole 14, folks. Jacob still in lead. Up by 1 shot on Brad. 2 on Carter. Oh, this is not looking good. Jacob gets it up there, and look at that shot. He owns this course. Carter, not quite what he wanted, and in between the bricks. Is he going to use his mulligan? He's going to use his mulligan, folks. Carter is using his mulligan. Let's see how this plays out. He putts it. Beautiful use of the mulligan there, folks. That's why he's a pro. Jacob puts it in. Carter puts it in. Brad already uses mulligan. He's in a tough spot here, but he drains it. You know why? Because he's smooth as the other side of the pillow, folks. Look at this. Up the hill, and he just buries it, man. He just drains it. Look at that. He knows it. He knows it. That's why he's a champ, folks, and that's why the fans love him. Hole number 15, Jacob. Trying to build some more cushion here. These hill holes, I tell you what, they're deceptively tough. But look at Carter. Look at that. Nice job. And let's see what Brad does here. Look at this, folks. Look at this. Not quite as good as Carter's, though. Jacob, can you make this? That's a tough putt there, but not bad. And that's a solid 3 there, folks. 3 might do it on this hole. Oh, that's not what you want to have happen. Ooh. That almost went in. Almost went in. He got that one to go in, though, folks. That one did go in. mental toughness there by Carter. Way to get that one to go. And Brad he has not learned any lessons here, folks. He is playing like everything else. Did he just make that one? He did. He did make that one. He's a cold cat, that guy. All right, Carter, nice shot. Let's see. Brad, he's been hitting some big shots here, and that was not one of them. Let's see what Jacob does here. And not bad. Probably the best out of the three. Jacob goes. He got it. He got it. He keeps his lead. Carter to hang in here. Ooh. This hole is taking many lives, that's for sure. Oh, Carter's doing the right thing. He's getting it up there. It's just not giving him any benefit when it comes back down, but he drills that one, folks. And Brad, oh, geez. He's on a roll now, folks. He's feeling it. He is feeling it, folks. Jacob on by 1 stroke on Brad, 5 on Carter. We're on 17 already. Here we go. Got to get it over the river, folks. These first 2 shots are pretty good. Let's see what Carter can do. Oh, Carter did not make it over the river. Let's look at this replay. Get your umbrellas ready because there's going to be a lot of splashing here. Splash. Splash. That expression says it all. Thank you to Michigan Cornhole Masters for this replay. And not bad, but that roll, I tell you, it's a fast green. Another one almost. And just about. And he got that one to go in. Ooh, Brad, he is feeling it, man. Jacob, you better make this one. Up he does. He stays up by 1 stroke. Hole 18. Here we go. Nice shot. Carter. Nice shot. Brad, you can hang in the ball game here. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything stupid. And he did something stupid. It goes off and it back in here. So detrimental. He was on a roll, but can he make this one? Can he make this one? No, I don't even know where that ball went. It's there. What's he going to do with that? Okay, got it up there. What a disaster for the defending champ. He gets a 4 on that hole. Jacobs keeps it in the lead. Carter. All right, so after round 1, you got Jacob, who owns this course, up by 3 strokes on Brad and up by 9 strokes on Carter. What a first round, folks.
This is Sports Center.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the post-first round interviews. I'm Bill McGill here, and with me is Brad Maurer, your attempting 3-time champion. Now, Brad, having won in 2023 and 2024, how are you feeling going into 2025 and Tip of the Thumb today?
This is all business for me. This is a business trip. Let me tell you, business is a boom. I feel good. Tip of the Thumb has always been a tough one for me. To only be down by 3 strokes at this point, I got right where I want.
For the folks at home, Brad Maurer has is 3 strokes back from the leader, Jacob Maurer, right now, with a 46 at Tip of the Thumb. Do you have any regrets with how things went, or anything you could have done differently, or in hindsight might have changed?
Yeah, that last hole was I knew not to hit it that hard, and I didn't listen, and I got sloppy on the last hole there. Otherwise, pretty solid round.
Who is your biggest competitor in this tournament this year? I know we had some odds brought to you by FanDuel Sports. How do you feel about those odds? Do they kind of stack up to your expectations?
Yeah, I'm worried about Carter the most. Jacob, he's winning, but he's always winning after this one. It's Carter that I'm worried about. Watch out for that guy.
Yeah, I agree. We've seen this storyline before, folks, so you'll have to stay tuned for round 2, but that's all for now.
Hi, I'm Tito McFredo here with the 2025 Masters first round coverage, and I'm here with our leader, Jacob Maurer. Jacob, how was the first round for you?
It was pretty good. It was a lot like last year, which was good. Want to start off with a solid start. I've seen in my history, round 2 and 3 per se have been some of my roughest rounds in this tournament. So, if that repeats this year, at least I got a good, nice insurance cushion, and always good to start on the right track. I've been hearing the trash all season long, and I know, man, I can really shut him out after round number 1, but that seems to not be the case so far this season, so might need to do it again in round 2. We'll see.
Your competitors don't even view you as a viable threat. What do you have to say to them?
You know, I really don't care about their mentality right now, and they do have a good mentality, I will say, but I feel like last year the biggest thing for me was, you know, shoot a 53 or less on Sandy Dunes last season, I'm the champion. Doesn't matter if my competitors shoot at 42, if their mentality says they're the best. So, you know, I take that to heart, I really do, and I say to anyone who doesn't believe in me right now, you have very good historical evidence to back up that claim, but for this claim evidence reasoning, I would like to state my alternative hypothesis and say that that won't continue.
One last question. You did not use your mulligan again today. Why are you so anti-mulligan?
Yeah, it's now 2 rounds in a row for me that I haven't used my mulligan. It's kind of like that free help guide. You know, in basketball, they say the backboard's your best friend, and I'm making a lot of layups right now with just the finger roll. So, you know, 2 points is 2 points. You know, there's a lot of holes in that back stretch of the first round that I really wanted to save it for, and then I ended up just being a beast and putting it right in. So, you know, no need for me, and obviously I can't bank mulligans. Still gonna have 1 in Kooky Golf, 1 in Sandy Dunes if I choose to use it, but the big thing is like, hey, you know, that's the second tiebreaker. So if I tie someone in Sandy Dunes, we're still tied at the end, could come to my benefit. Really, no real spot I'd want to put it in there. I mean, my ending round was phenomenal. In fact, probably one of the best we've ever seen in the first round. So yeah, I wanted to keep it that way. Didn't need to, you know, put an asterisk on it at all. So and frankly, I'm the type of competitor who doesn't really need that type of help.
All right, you've heard it here, folks. I'm Tito McFredo with the 2025 leader at this point, Jacob Maurer. Sending it back to you.
Dale McBail here with Carter Rodzik, the loser through round number 1. And Carter, it was a rough first round for you. That was a course where you dominated for the first 2 years. Then the past couple have been a struggle. And for you to start off, first 9, you're right there, right in the lead. And the back 9 really turned you in. So what happened during that back 9? The fans want to know what happened, and is there still hope for this Masters?
You know, there's a lot of heat outside today. I think you might have taken a look at the thermometer. It's about 90 degrees. And just as there's a lot of heat outside, there's a lot of heat in this competition. And if you may remember as well, Dale, a couple of years that's gone by now, you were also talking about that Jacob Maurer was in the lead for those first 2 years. And Brad Maurer was actually 11 strokes back at one point. So how do I feel about being +9? Could be better, could be worse. But you know what? The back 9 just wasn't my friend today. Had some really tough shots down the stretch and hoping to make some improvements tonight.
Well, you're down by 9 after the first round, and I saw you compare yourself a little bit to Brad Maurer. He came down back 11, but he's also a 2-time champion, 2-time recent champion as well. That's some things that the fans are saying, you know, only experienced veterans can do. Now you're in your 4th tournament. You've already won one before, but you haven't been able to find that magic formula. What's going to be the key for the next 2 rounds?
Really going in with a game plan. I already got my game plan for tonight, honestly. Going into Kooky Golf, I'm ready to go. I just need to execute. And really all the years that we've had Masters, that's going on our 4th now. All 3 years I've been in it right until the very end. So at least I can say that and have that to my name.
Well, after last year, we saw that you cheated a little bit. The court ruled it.
That was up for debate.
They ruled no suspension, which surprised a lot of people. What does it mean for you to even play in this tournament, but even then get the chance to play in this tournament and do as bad as you did?
Of course I would be playing in this tournament because the producer got an automatic invite, a.k.a. Jacob Maurer, so nothing else needs to be said.
All right, folks. I guess you heard it. What a great round number 1 for the...
Let's go get him tonight.
...loser, and he wants to win. We'll see what he can do next. Round 2 starts right now.
To Hello everyone, I am Bill McHill bringing you round 2 of the Masters at Kooky Golf. Looking at our standings, we have +9 for Carter Rodzik, +3 for Brad Maurer with Jacob in the lead. This round of Kooky Golf is brought to you by Blue Moon Ice Cream Shop, where rumor has it, Brad Maurer can slurp an ice cream cone faster than anyone on the planet. So give it a try when you're around town in Port Austin. But here at hole 1, we've got a solid start for everybody. Not too much interesting going on here. You could say this is the least kooky of all the holes. Jacob, Brad, and Carter all kind of falling on the same path and all taking their 2s here. This course is unique, as you know. Our loyal Masters watchers will know that it is played under twilight for the back half of the course, so we apologize for any dark camera angles. But here on the Camel's Hump, bring back the mustard references, because Brad Maurer needs some more. He's scratching his head, wondering where that one went wrong. But it'll end up in the middle. Kind of a tough spot, but he'll chip it. Oh, not enough to get it over, and he stares in disappointment. But third time's the charm, they say, as he gets it over just to the right side of the hole. He'll have to take a 4 on this one. Tough luck, but oh my goodness, this one just went into orbit. Somebody call NASA, because that rocket just crashed into the bush. Jacob smiling about that one, but we'll see where he lands that ball. And let's take a look at the replay of this one, folks. This one just skips right over, and the cameraman can't even keep up. Great work by our replay crew there. Jacob will not use his mulligan, but place it back by the hole. It'll swing wide right, and so he'll have to settle for a 4 here with that 1-stroke penalty. Carter, oh my, will take a 3 on this one after an arrogant error there. Moving on to hole 3 now. Brad tries for that center cup. It falls just short to the left, and it's going to roll all the way to the back. Will he use a mulligan? No, he continues on, and it hits the wall again, falling out the back of the course. Now already looking at a 4. Here he goes again, one more time, and this time it will not go. He's going to have to play this for pride, folks, because he has already hit our stroke limit for the Masters at 6, and third time is the charm. He finds the hole, and it swings just left. I don't know what he was saying there, but he was probably saying something like, that was really bad. So then we have Jacob coming up now, trying to recover from his last hole as well. He makes it through. Carter finds the center hole, but it bounces off the back wall. Interesting enough, it doesn't lead straight to the hole, but still a 2 for Carter and a long 2 for Jacob. He's got to appreciate that one coming back from such a rough Camel's Hump. Jacob now through the windmill. It's going to swing wide right with the pink golf ball, and it's going to fall just back to the corner. Carter swinging through. Oh, that one barely makes it through, but winds up right in front of the hole by about a foot, so he'll take that and finish it in for a 2. Oh, and Brad off to the right now, misses the windmill and misses the hole completely, but he'll have some nice bounces to set himself up for a 3 on this one. He'll take it, he says. Jacob will finish off this hole with a 2 as well. Another great long putt to keep him in this and to keep his lead. Carter now. Oh my goodness. This is a notorious hole for Carter, and he knows it. And he knows he needs his mulligan right now, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna use that mulligan. Gonna try to get it through. A nice touch there and a good roll off to the other side. Brad now gonna try the same thing, and beautifully executed there. A little bit stronger, so it'll be closer to the wall and a little bit further from the hole. Jacob now hits it. Where'd this one go? Oh, it bounced off the top of the bucket. He'll swoop it up, and look at that, folks. Mr. Maurer needs a mulligan. Nice LinkedIn profile. All right, he's gonna bounce this one. Another dribbler straight through the center. It's impressive that all 3 were able to do that, and he's gonna hit Brad's ball. But moral of the story here is mulligan efficiency increases. Carter, Jacob both take 2s. Brad will take, just a short there. Just take it for a 3. And here we are now moving on to the next hole. This one will be Brad first, and he is not doing well with windmills today. As Carter takes second place, Jacob takes third place. Might you note, Brad needs a mulligan, and this one he will send straight through, and that one's a rocket through the center of that pinwheel, and it'll go all the way back to the ramp on the other side. Jacob now, and it hits the bottom of the ramp and off to this. Where is that cameraman? Oh, it's on the side. This will be an interesting angle to play. Carter's going to bounce one off the wall. Not going to go nearly as far as Brad's, but Jacob with a nice recovery to ping pong that ball out of the corner. He'll settle down, and he'll be able to get a 4 out of that one here on hole 7. Brad from a long distance looking like a conservative putt play there. Maybe, maybe not. Well, we'll never know what was going on inside of his brain. Carter will finish off with a 2 there. A nice recovery hole to establish his lead over Brad for third place, but what? That ball just went into the bush, folks. Rockets are launching again, and this engineer, don't let him build a bridge, because with that geometry, you will be going straight down into the water. Anyway, Brad Maurer, only one able to figure out how to get the ball in a decent spot here off the first stroke. Jacob's ball, we see, was placed on the other side of the bush, the closest spot to the edge. Let's get a replay there on that magnificent putt. I mean, folks, that's got to be at least 1.5 Brad Maurers away from the hole, and he absolutely drains it like a champ. Look at him there, all fired up for that too. He is not going anywhere, folks. Jacob's ball, however, is going wide left, and that'll have to make him settle for a 4. Actually, take that back, a 5, folks, with that 1-stroke penalty. Carter with a 3 there, and we're moving on to hole 9 about halfway through. Here's another great hole, up the mountain, through the valley, up the mountain, and back through the center for Carter. Brad now, after that amazing putt, it'll stay through the middle. Very, very nice there. Tied between Carter and Brad now as the twilight sets in. Jacob hits this one with a little bit too much gas on the pedal. It'll go all the way through to the other side. The difficult one about this one is it's all about momentum, folks. If you carry yourself too far one way, you'll go right out the other side, just like Jacob did there. So he'll reset now, looking forward to trying to mitigate some damage here. He'll have to settle for a 5 here, while Carter misses the hole there, and he'll have to go in for a 3. Brad, however, steadfast, steady, bang, right in the middle. He gets it now. We're moving on to hole 9, folks. Apologies for my error there. Let's see Brad as he goes through the pinball machine. And just about as good as you're going to do on this one, folks. Honestly, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to get a hole in one on here, unless you're creative like Carter Rodzik attempted to be one year. Jacob finding the little slot in the top of the machine, while Carter, oh my goodness, how unlucky is this? He wants nothing of it. Get that white ball out of here right now. And the cameraman's going to paint him even more. Let's see this replay right off the corner of the first black triangle and down through the course. Should that have counted as a second strike? I don't know, but Carter is disappointed with this one. I don't know how this is going to help his comeback efforts, but he'll have to come back with it anyway. Oh, almost flying out of the pinball machine again, but takes another roll down the ramp and a short hop. Let's see if he can make it back with it here. Oh, and he does. It's gonna be a 4 here on hole 9. Nice recovery, deep breath out. Jacob from mid-range, oh, just to the left. He'll have to take a 3 here, and that'll put him at 27 for the first round. Brad, however, drains yet another 2, and Carter sitting with a 24. Jacob still having the lead in this first round. +3 for Brad Maurer, +6 for Carter. Let's go into the dark, folks. This one's getting closer by the minute. Hole 10, here we go, through the double ramp. Jacob around the bush and just out to the outside on the right. Carter, oh, where did this one go? Where did this one go? This one's right under Mario World. Oh man, how is he going to do that? Well, a pool shot, of course. What a unique perspective here we get. Always a fun time at the Masters. You never know what you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen. Brad Maurer now, oh, like a masterful champ, almost made that one in a hole-in-one. Just outside the cup there, as you see on that replay. He's like, what the heck? Moving on now. We're going to get a replay from Jacob sinking this hole here. Carter, Oh, and the darkness seems to be taking its effect on his eyes, folks. He did not come pre-programmed with night vision on this one. He'll have to settle for a 4, while Brad missing a rare putt to make a 3 here. Jacob with a 2 there. Let's move on to hole 11. The lighthouse hole, one that nobody really knows how to play, but if you send the ball in just the right way, you might get lucky. Carter ends up a few feet from the hole. Brad ends up closer to the quarter on his first stroke, and Jacob also ends up in the opposite corner. This is anybody's putting game here. Carter sinks the 2. Let's see how the rest of the competitors do here. Brad now from the corner, bang, still steady as we go. Jacob now finding his rhythm with these long putts. He likes it. The double fist bump of approval, all 2s across the board. Into hole 12, out of Sparky's butt comes Brad's blue ball, and it'll hit the back wall just barely enough, and Jacob will send a softer ball through, but will it reach the wall? No, it's going to be about the same distance. Let's see what the competitors can do with this one. Carter, oh man, Sparky was not happy with that one. He threw it right back up the front. He's going to have to send another putt to get this one through. All 3 balls kind of in the same area. Jacob wide left. Oh, and wide right again. A little bit too much heat. He'll have to take a 4 here. While Brad, sinking a 2, knows that's the groove. Carter now, oh, he's still not feeling himself there. 4, 4, and 2 goes Jacob, Carter, and Brad. Carter now the first one on the slot machine, I'd like to call it. And excuse me, that would be Jacob on this hole, the first one on the slot machine. He's going to send the second one through, but it'll be his 3rd stroke just off the cup. Carter, oh, he is enraged, folks. Enraged. This one hops and skips, and with a thud like you've never heard heartbreak before, it hits the top. And I don't know how the ball even ends up out of the side there, but that's where we are. Brad now sends it through. Jacob now going to make another long putt. The rhythm is back, and Jacob will take his 4. Carter will take a 5 after some miscues, and Brad once again a 2. Cha-chang, bang. Moving on. Jacob and Brad now tied for first. The Sand Dollar Hill, where the slightest touch can send you awry. Brad, a little bit less heat on that one, but still a good spot to make a good putt. Jacob from a distance now will have to try to recover this one. We'll see how this one goes. The double putt tap of disapproval. A short putt to set himself up on this hole. Not a bad idea there. And he will recover nicely with a 3 there. Honestly, great work here. While Carter sends this one into the corner. Not what you want to do in this case. Now right on the edge. How does he finish this one? Oh my goodness. It almost hits his foot. He feels like sending that golf club into the neighborhoods of Port Austin. Oh my gosh. And with a 6. Now, he plays this one out for his pride. I don't even know if there's anything left after this hole. He was down +10 at the start, folks, and it looks like he will be coming all the way back as Brad goes through to finish this hole with a rather elegant 4. Moving on now to hole 15. We're in the final stretch here at Kooky Golf. The lights are getting dimmer. Here we go. Brad, oh my goodness, turn those lights back on. We are back with our first hole-in-one here on hole 15. Brad like a champ. Let's see that one right through the draft. Oh, a nice straight even putt up the ramp, hits the pad and dribbles right in. My goodness, folks, the 2 leaders are not playing around in this one. He is feeling himself here at Kooky Golf. Sound the alarm back there on that rocket, folks. We've got a potential champ brewing. Here we go with Jacob now. Hits the wall. Same thing, same feet. Hole-in-one. He knows what he's got to do to beat the champ. You must be the champ. And that was a masterful play right there. A nice dribbler to sink a hole-in-one. Bam! He is back. Bam! One more time for good measure, because why not? Bring the energy. Let's take a live look at that from our locally sponsored sports ball, although we do not promote drinking. Oh my gosh, look at the crowd. They're going crazy right now. Somebody just threw something that was not good. All right, Carter now gonna try to follow. Can he? No, he does not have the same touch of skill, and he'll have to take a 2, which is not bad, but not good enough to make up very much ground, if any, on this hole. Moving on to hole 16. Jacob finds himself underneath the rocket. Carter, oh, a little bit of ping pong action going on here. Hits Jacob's ball. Brad will find himself behind one of the fins. Carter, with that last couple of holes, has dropped down to plus 13. Brad at plus 1. And Jacob in the lead, but it's been close now for a minute. Brad here going to come back and get himself a 3 on this hole. Pretty good work, as Carter will put in for a 3 as well. Jacob now having to work with some angles. Will hit this one pretty hard, and he'll send himself about 1 1/4 Jacob Maurers. TV note here, folks, lost footage, but Jacob got a 5. Move on. Camera crew doesn't get paid enough around here. So if you're considering a donation, please call ASPCA today, and we'd appreciate that very much. Moving on to hole 16 now. 17 this would be. We're going to have a pretty straightforward hole here. Nobody really taking advantage of any of that wood block or any of the bricks here. Jacob going to wind himself out pretty far. Carter with a 2. Jacob with a conservative yet smart putt here to set himself up for a 3. Very well done. And Brad now will take the 2. Easy does it, easy goes it. We're on to hole 18 now with this ramp. Oh, whoa, folks. Looks like that ball is lost in the night. We're going to have to do some digging for that one. Somebody call an excavator. And, looks like we found it. And it's going to be placed on the brick on the side. Interesting move there by Brad, but hey, he is the one in the lead here by 2, so we can't question that. Jacob now going to go. Carter going to try to go and make and salvage what's left of this miserable round for him. Jacob will finish out with a 2. He's got to be happy with this performance. Carter will finish out with a 2. Brad shooting for a 3 now with that putter's length away from the edge, just a little bit wide right. This one, however, the next one will land in for a 4, folks. He is feeling it. Rock on. Let the scoreboard rotate. Brad and Jacob tied going into Sandy Dunes. Carter at plus 10, folks. It'll be a good matchup tomorrow. But for now, let's go to the interviews.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the post-round 2 interviews of the Michigan Cornhole Masters, brought to you by Meyer, Yellow Mustard. Here I have Jacob Maurer, who shot a 53 in round 2 at Kooky Golf. So you talked about that mindset. Now, take me through that 15th hole. You and Brad Maurer, neck and neck, really, and really a couple strokes trading here and there. How was that response for you, and how do you plan to carry that mentality going forward in the same year tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Brad Maurer said right after that hole-in-one, but he said something along the lines of, I'm disowning you as my son, something along those lines that, I didn't really take too
Cut
kindly.
to the video review. I don't think that was what he said.
Yeah, I wasn't the videographer because we have our own NBC production crew to do that, but I was close behind, and it seemed directly at me as he was looking at the camera. So, I just took that, didn't say a word. Don't want to spark any beef. I don't want to give them any motivation than they already have. So went up there, just thought of the lake and calmed my mind and put her down. And needless to say, I did let out a little emotion after that. Might have got the best of me, but I know my agent says it always fires my fans up. So hope they really liked that one and wanted them to know that I was fighting till the end. Didn't matter if I took a punch, I'd punch right back.
Any last thoughts as you prepare to battle for what could quite possibly be your first ever Masters Championship that is 18 holes away?
Yeah, they were saying the final round, and I've been at this point last season. I think that really helps. I've been through the ranks. I've been behind. I've been close to second in the final round, and I've been up by a lot of strokes. So going in tied, it's a new, different perspective, but I find myself really right in the middle, and I'm not going to consider the final stretch until we get to those last 3 or 2 holes. I think from that point on, my whole mentality of this tournament is just, I got the lead early, just try to keep it, try to keep on pace, not to be too cute, and we'll see if we can finish this thing out.
All right, last but not least, would you like some mustard?
I'm good, thank you.
All right,
thank you.
Back to you.
Thank you.
Tito McFredo here with Carter Rodzik, the 2025 Masters after round 2. Carter, how you feeling?
Not good. I was going in with the plan to try to make a couple strokes back, maybe be within 5 of the leader. And things started out really great at first, made a few putts, 2s and 3s here and there, was starting to make back ground. I think I was maybe 7 or 6 back at one point in time. And then the things kind of just fell off the rail a little bit. And I ended up now 10 back out of the leaders who are tied. So not the greatest it could have gone, but as Brad Maurer always did in 2024, it's not over till it's over. So we'll have to see.
People keep referencing Brad Maurer in 2024, but what about Brad Maurer in 2025? After the 5th hole here, he was down by 9 and came back and tied. Thoughts on that?
You know, that's really impressive. It's really great. And, you know, our very great in-house statistician reminded me just a few minutes ago that on hole 15, the last 2 holes and ones on hole 15 at Kooky Golf were in 2022. And I think you know who won in 2022.
That was the year of the greatest round ever in the Masters by yourself. Carter, how do you capture that 2022 magic going into Sandy Dunes, which you've done very well at Sandy Dunes over the past?
A lot of sleep, a good breakfast, and a jump or 2 in the lake tomorrow.
All right, folks, you've heard it here. Tito McFredo with Carter Rodzik, round 2 of the Masters. Get ready for a big round 3 tomorrow. Back to you.
Dale McBail here with Brad Maurer, 2-time Masters champion. First, sir, got to say it's an honor to get to talk to you once again, to not get to see you until the end of the 2024 Masters. And you've, in that span of time, become Time Person of the Year, a little bit of mix on GQ. Mount Rushmore's planning your memorial, and it seems like a pretty cool mix from you, and you're on pace to win your 3rd straight Masters. Vegas odds going into the final round have you at a -200 favorite. And last year, you came into the final round at plus 5,000. So how does it feel at the different end of this spectrum? You know, you're an underdog last year. You go in as the favorite. Do you feel more pressure in this case?
Nope, I don't, because 2 years ago in 2023, I was winning going in the last round, and I pretty much crushed it. So no pressure here.
So there was rumors after, you know, round 1 when you were down by 3 to Jacob Maurer that, you know, GQ was thinking about dropping you Fancy Feasts, Cheez-Its, amongst others. They thought you weren't the cheesiest. They thought you didn't have the best cat food after trailing. What did you tell those companies? What did your agent say to those companies? And I hear the rumor that they're back on the line.
Yeah, the one I was worried about the most was Fancy Feast. I love my cat people out there, and I didn't want to lose that, so I called them and said, don't worry about it. I'll regroup in the 2nd round, and the title will be ours.
Well, down by 9 in Kooky Golf at one point in time, after I believe hole number 5 it was, you come all the way storming back, you take as much of a 2-stroke lead. What went into that mindset, again, down in that underdog state? Did last year kind of help you dig out of that hole?
For certain, and in this round, or in this tournament, anything can happen. Somebody can have a bad hole, they can shoot a 6, you can get a 2, a couple of those and you're right back in it. So, especially this round tonight, I don't know what it was, humidity or what, but just some weird things happened, and it was like that for everybody the whole night.
Quote from you in your first interview after round number 1, you said, I'm not worried about Jacob Maurer, Carter's my number 1 competition. During that comeback in Kooky Golf that we saw here tonight, were you pumping your fist when Jacob would mess up, or were you really only concerned about Carter?
No, I'm starting to worry about Jacob now too. Not much, but starting to a little bit. The fact that he got the hole-in-one right after mine, I was like, okay, maybe he learned something over the years. Maybe he's a real deal this year. We'll find out tomorrow.
Going into tomorrow, you're tied. You said you really like your position going into the final round. Are you worried about the other competitors at all, or is it just you versus the course out there on Sunday morning?
Pretty much. The only thing I'm worried about is if I get there. If I get there, it's over.
Can you guarantee a win for your fans here tonight that want to know, should they even tune in tomorrow?
Bet on me. It's guaranteed money. It's a better, safer bet than putting the money in the bank.
Well, that's it, folks. They say that putting money on Brad Maurer is a wiser choice than saving your life savings. So you heard it from the man. Go to Vegas tomorrow and join the FanDuel odds that are sponsoring the 2025 Masters. Put it all on Brad Maurer. That's what he's saying. And if you want to call the gambling helpline, Brad Maurer has disabled that line thanks to FanDuel.
I don't condone gambling, but if you are going to gamble, bet on me.
That'll do it, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South
Welcome to the final round of the 2025 Masters at Sandy Dunes. Jacob Maurer in the lead for the second straight year, looking to win his first ever Masters title. But tied up neck and neck with him is the defending champ Brad Maurer, looking to make it 3 in a row, something that's never been done before. And behind them both is Carter Rodzik, down by a lot in this tournament, but we know, folks, he loves to stay in the mix. Let's take a look at those scores coming into this one. Carter Rodzik down by 10, and Jacob Maurer and Brad Maurer neck and neck. This should be an exciting final round. Here we go, hole number 1 of this pivotal round. Brad Maurer gonna go first and just pops out of the hole. Jacob Maurer was the one who picked this order. He'll go second and has another one pop out of the hole. We're playing popcorn early here in Sandy Dunes. Can Carter do so? And not even close. That's probably the reason why he's down by 10 right now. Brad Maurer for a big 2-putt, he got it. Puts it in. Jacob Maurer leaves it short. He's going to have to settle for 3, and he falls behind a stroke to the leader. Carter Rodzik now just missed it to the right. He'll put it in for 3. Take a look at those updated scores as Jacob goes over the 3 bumps and behind the rock. Brad Maurer up by 1 as we talked about, trying to make it 3 in a row as Carter sends it the same direction. He's a little head scratching about that positioning. Might need to rethink his whole positioning in the tournament. Down by 11, that's just too much. Here's the defending champ, puts it in the other direction. Now Jacob gonna try to dig out of this hole. Left it short once again. We've had comments in this tournament about him going to the gym too much, but that time just not enough strength. Carter, oh, it just rims out. You can't afford to have that when you're down by dang 11 strokes. He'll put it in for 4. Brad Maurer, now the door is open to really expand this lead, and he missed that one. Wow, I had thought this guy was the defending champ, but I guess not really showing it. He'll put it in for 4, and our scores remain unchanged. To hole 3 we go. Carter Rodzik right down the alleyway. This is a little bit of a sloped hill, which will cause it to go to that right-leaning direction. As we see Brad Maurer's yellow ball follow the same suit. Can Jacob do any different? And no, we're just going to have a, fiasco party down there in the corner. Carter for a big 2-putt. Oh my gosh, he finally hit one. I thought he was washed. I guess he kind of questioned that as Brad Maurer washes it around, but can't find the towel to clean it off. He'll finally put it in for 3. Carter makes up a stroke on the leader. Jacob Maurer can't tie it back up. Carter moves up a stroke as everyone gets 3s besides him. To hole number 4 we go. Brad Maurer right away, just missed it to the left. A little comebacker, can't go. Just a foot away, he'll tap it in for a nice 2-putt. Jacob now aiming for the log and just missed it. Almost became a lumberjack on that one. Instead, he'll settle for 2 as well. Just by the skin of his teeth. Carter now again, just edging around that log. He'll put it in for 2, and it's 2s all around as we head into hole number 5. This is a nice little bend, a scenic shot around this hill, but not so scenic for Jacob Maurer as he gets this started and buries it behind the rock. Can Carter do any different? He's gonna need a miracle to come back into this one, and the rock is certainly helping him out. Brad Maurer now, I believe he's gotten a hole-in-one on this at some point in his career, but can't do it here in 2025. Carter puts it in for 2, and that's big if he wants to start chunking out of this lead. Jacob trying a little geometry. He'll put it in for 3. Brad now will take the safe route and put it in for 3 as well. He remains 1 up on Jacob, and Carter has climbed in another stroke. He'll lead us off on hole number 6 and get a foot away. He'll knock it in for 2, and Carter Rodzik is on a roll and ready to play. Probably bobbing to some random music. They usually play Jimmy Buffett around these parts. Brad Maurer now gets it around the bend. This is a mulligan eater of a hole, but it looks like neither anyone in this tournament will have to use it here. Jacob and Brad knock it in for 2, and we march on to hole number 7. Brad Maurer to get us started and just goes left of the cup. Jacob now a little bit too strong on this one as it goes again to the back wall. Can Carter Rodzik be strong enough? It looks like no. He's probably running out of conditioning. This guy has not been fit since he ran cross country supposedly back in high school. He'll put it in for a couple. Jacob now close to the cup. That's a tough tap in, but he'll take it. Brad Maurer now a chance to double up his lead. Can't do so. Everyone settles for threes. To hole 8 we go. Jacob Maurer got bit by this demon last year and looks like it's got him again. Off the rock, can't get it to go. No mulligan as he'll send it down its Waverly way. And just unfortunate where this one ends up. Behind the rock again. We've said that a lot here tonight for Jacob. Carter will go the other way, gets a friendly bounce and nicks off the rock, but just in the other direction. Brad now. And off the rock, similar to Jacob, he will put it a putter's length and say, never mind, I need a mulligan. This is the first one of the final round. Brad Maurer, the defending champion, will be mulliganless for the rest of this tournament. He'll pick the same venture that Carter sent it through and bury it in the back left corner. Carter for 2. No, as it comes all the way back. Is there something causing it? Oh, yeah, the wind is pretty steep here on these parts. Welcome to Sandy Dunes, folks. Carter, though, will put it in for 3. Jacob, geometry again. Can't get it to go. He was shooting for 3 there, and it kind of ends up in the same spot. This one for 4 goes wide. He'll have to settle for a 5 on this one. Would really be unfortunate if he had to choke another one away, but someone who isn't is the defending champ. Let's take a look at our first replay of this third round. Buries it from the back left, and he's just laughing at that one. Too easy for him as Carter Rodzik will get us started on hole number 9. Take a look at those scores. Carter down by double digits. Jacob now down by 4. Seems like Brad is running away from this one as the ball runs away from the wall on that bounce. Jacob now is iconic red ball. Just goes the other way. Brad now for 2, and it goes just a little bit outward. He'll settle for 3. Jacob for 2 to get back into this tournament. Can't get it to go. He'll put it in for 3. Carter now. Got it! Let's take a look at that replay. Take your pick at most impressive shots of the tournament, but this has to be right up there. Carter thinks so. Start that lawnmower. Now we take a look at our scores through the first 9. Brad Maurer has added 3 strokes on Jacob, but Carter has made up 1. He's been the best through the front 9, but he needs a lot bigger effort than that if he wants to come back in this one. Brad to get us started on hole number 10, wedged between the rocks. Did it fall between the water? No, it did not. Just playing a little hide and seek with us. Jacob now sends it the other way. Looks like it'll stop. Let's take a little reaction from him. Wait, he's pointing at something. Oh no! It goes by the water, and that's just a shake of disappointment. Carter now taking the safe route, and he gets his to stop in a favorable position, but can't get the 2-putt to go. He questions it and says he needs a mulligan. Critical point in this tournament for someone down by 9, but he can't get it to go. These are decisions that win and lose you tournaments like this. And to put the cherry on top, look how close this one gets. That's got to be a record for closest to the cup without going in. Carter Rodzik will then have to settle for the most painful tap-in you will ever see. Jacob now, a hard 2-putt, just goes there, but he'll take the 3, especially considering where his competitors are on this hole. Brad for the 2-putt goes a little bit that way, a little frowny face for that reaction. 3 can't go, which will mean Jacob will make up a stroke on all the competition. To hole number 11, and he made up a stroke, and he just about buried himself back into the water. He's questioning, but he does have a mulligan. I heard he does not like to use those on this course, but he will. And, oh, it went under the water. That surprised me. Gets by the cup, at least close enough. He's saying, stop right there, mister. There's a stop sign going on. I would not want you to get a ticket. But Carter punches his ticket into the hole-in-one club. Let's go, he cries out. And taking a look at this replay, the bank is open, even on Sundays. Absolutely fired up. He needed it. And look at that, just aggression he takes out on the air. He's saying something, I can't really read lips, but hopefully that's not any slur of any kind. Brad Maurer now will send it away. The response bounces off the cup. Let's take another look at this one. Brad Maurer decision does not apply in this case. Jacob will put it in for 2. This sets up a big putt for the champ, but he buries it. No questions asked as he takes a dirty look back at his competition. Carter makes up a stroke. He's down by 8 and Jacob down by 3. Brad Maurer still in the driver's seat and just misses the hole there. He's gotten a hole-in-one on this hole specifically before, but we'll miss out on it in 2025. He's going for 2 here, and it veers just a little bit to the right, but barely almost hits those rocks. He'll have to settle for 4 here. The door is open, and maybe Jacob just beat Carter's record for closest to the hole without putting it in. He'll tap it in pool style, and Carter trying to top him up. He'll put it in for 3, but folks, that means Jacob's only down by 2. He's crawling his way back into this one. Don't forget about Carter, only down by 7. Brad sent his away first. Jacob will follow suit and have it get put in a similar spot. That's what you get when you put it in the water like that. Looks like Carter will follow the same suit, but he gets the most incredible bounce I've ever seen. Even he's confused about that one. He is thanking the Masters gods for allowing that to happen. And dunks it in. Jacob now an impossible putt. Will get close to the hole, roll away. He'll be looking for 3 on this one and puts it in. Brad Maurer now veers it a little bit to the right. This is opening the door for Carter Rodzik as we go to hole number 14. Hard to see who's hitting here, but that is Jacob Maurer, and he can't get it to go across. Now, our cameraman messed up and recorded this in slow motion, but folks, I think they were anticipating something because Jacob Maurer just might have choked his Masters chances away. Puts it in the rocks like an idiot, and will have to rest that way and rethink his life. Down the stretch now, Carter learns the lesson from Jacob, if there was any, and avoids the rocks completely and puts himself in great positioning for 2. And the defending champion Brad Maurer follows suit. You're going to see this ricochet off the same spot, which it looks like a lot of balls have hit with that dent. Jacob now shooting for I don't even know what, and he misses that one as well. This dude has completely lost his mind, and not in a good way. And I totally did not bet on him, but man, it's making me angry. Carter puts it in for 2. Brad Maurer now responds, a little shimmy, and we move on to hole number 15. Jacob Maurer, as you can see, just blew his chances probably completely to win this tournament, folks. Let's be real, he is not good on these last 4 holes. It's really just Brad and Carter at this point, dueling it out as the defending champ puts it behind the rock. Carter is in great positioning here because we know Jacob Maurer's not going to do anything. Again, in the most idiotic spot you can see him. And just look at that face. This is the face of an absolute fraud choker who does this to us every single year, even if I put money on him. Anyway, Brad puts it in for 2. Jacob can't find the hole if it was the water on the bottom of a boat. Carter puts it in for 2, and it's their Masters right now. Jacob falls behind by 8. Carter moves up to second place. This is now, I believe, Brad going. He'll settle for the near hole. The goal is to get it on the far hole here. I suppose that is the best one, and Brad's ball will end up in a decent spot for this one. Jacob now, he needs to catch some sort of break. Can he go for the top hole? He does! It looks like he's gotten the break he's needed, and it stops. Wow. I mean, this is just an incredible choke job. I don't even know if someone allergic to peanut butter, if they had a whole Reese's peanut butter cup shoved down their throat, could choke harder than what he's doing right now. Shoves it down the hole, and that's another stroke, and it doesn't even end up in a favorable spot. Carter now will go. I excuse myself for my attitude right now. I should stay professional, especially for a course like this. Carter now wiggles his ball through and puts it in. He's going to need a miracle to win this one. But folks, I would be lying if I'd say we haven't seen them before. Of course, Jacob misses this shot. He somehow puts that in with any dignity as left. Carter just misses it, and he knows he needed it. Take a look at this sudden reaction. Just a jolt of electricity, not in the good way. Brad now to kind of put it away, can't put the dagger through, and we move on to hole number 17. An update of our scores. Jacob now falls behind by 9, Carter by 6. But folks, any mistake on this hole or hole number 18 can open the door for a Masters. Is Carter on his way for one of the greatest comebacks of all time? This hole has been his demon hunter before. But folks, looks like he was successful this time. Brad Maurer now, he needs a mistake. And folks, if a mistake is not getting a hole in one, then maybe that wasn't the one we've been asking for. Brad Maurer decision challenge says that's close, but not in the bottom of the cup. But folks, this man is looking to make it 3 straight in a row, and he's right on the doorstep. Jacob, of course, can't put it in for 2, and he'll have to settle for 3, like always. Carter now a little bit to the right. He'll settle for 3. To hole number 18 we go. Brad Maurer just 1 away from clinching his 3rd straight title. No one has ever done it. Here he goes and puts himself in perfect positioning. Jacob Maurer will follow and get it stuck under the bridge. That might be a song. He'll flush it around like a toilet, which is kind of what he did to any dreams he had of winning this tournament. Puts it wide, he'll put it in. Carter now will try to follow suit. But folks, really, no one could touch the tournament of Brad Maurer. He owns this hole. He owns this course. And folks, he's 1 shot away from saying he owns this tournament. The 2025 champion is Brad Maurer. 3 straight in a row for him. Let's go to the interview.
Sports Center.
Well, folks, that concludes the 2025 Masters. Dale McBail here with your Masters champion, Brad Maurer, and here's your trophy for the 3rd straight year. You joined the reigns of those who could three-peat, sir, and a lot of people coming into this tournament questioned whether you could do it 3 times in a row. What'd you say to those critics?
I said this was guaranteed. In fact, I told people to bet on me, even though I don't condone gambling. This was sure money, and it was sure money.
Well, folks, we've heard rumors that Fancy Feast has now extended their contract to you for another 10 years. How excited are you to get that sponsor once again in your driver's seat?
Our goal is to have top-notch sponsors, and Fancy Feast doesn't get any better than that, so very excited to hear about that.
Through the first 9 and past hole 10, Jacob's only down by 2. You go in tied with him. Carter then starts picking away. He gets a hole in 1 on hole 11. They're breathing down your neck. How are you able to finish strong?
When the pressure's on is when I'm at my best, and you can, if you look at the scores of those last 6-7 holes, you're going to see very solid, very consistent play for me. And 18, a little bit of a glitch, but it was over by that point anyway. So it was more of a formality.
Carter Rodzik and Jacob Maurer fans alike were kind of in unison in this tournament. They wanted to see something different. They wanted to see a new king on top. And now after this tournament, I don't know how many of those fans there are. For the good of the sport, are you hoping they stay with their fan bases? Or are you welcoming them to the Brad Maurer fan base?
Hey, everyone's always welcome on the Brad Maurer bandwagon because I'm usually the first one off of it anyway. But, you know, they're going to start talking to me like the Yankees. Everyone hates the Yankees. Why? Because they always win. Everyone hates the Patriots. Why? Because they always win. People are going to start hating me. Why? Because I always win. I'll start being the standard.
Well, the Brad Maurer of NASCAR Racing has done it once again in his Sunday Masters attire. The #1 Halloween selling costume of 2024, on track to make it for 2025 as well. Folks, that'll do it for us for the winner of the Masters tournament, but we have more interviews upcoming for the 2 losers. Stay tuned.
Hello, folks. Bill McHill here, coming back at you with our post-Masters recap. Here we have Jacob Maurer, who unfortunately could not secure his first victory today. What about your family? As we know, you might have been living in the horse stables at Brad Maurer's mansion for quite some time. Do you still think you have a place there? Are they still welcoming you, or is are you going to be living on the streets? I know Brad Maurer's had a GoFundMe in the past, and there's been many started, and I don't know about your sponsorships, if there are any, but is there hope?
Yeah, right now my only sponsorship is the food kitchen, which, you know, I don't know how much that's going to keep on going for me. But as far as the horse stables, I mean, the good news, unfortunately, is that the owner of those stables is going to stay in place for the third straight year. And, you know, the horses have been pretty nice to me. So I guess I got to live there for another year. Not where I want to live, but still grateful for a spot. And I'm not even sure if the Masters Committee is going to allow me to compete in next year's tournament with my success, especially going from first to third in the last round of the tournament. And yeah, a lot of struggle, a lot of pain, and gonna need some antidepressants after this one.
It'll be a long year of smelling crap. Well, that's all for now, folks. Back to you.
Tito McFredo here, 2025 Masters. It's a wrap. We're here with Carter Rodzik. Carter, you were down 10, you finished down 7. How'd you feel out there?
You know, I was proud of my performance, honestly. Sandy Dunes can be really unforgiving, and we had a lot of wind on the back 9 there, and I really think I kept my approach steady, even being down 10. At the start of today, I really think bringing it back to 7 and taking second place ultimately is something I have to be proud about.
You started making a real serious comeback, but Brad Maurer just kept hitting 2 after 2 after 2. You had a couple of them where it just hung on the cup. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, that's definitely frustrating, and you wonder, you go back through your head and you're like, you know, this hole, if only I had this and this and put it together. And I guess that's really what separates the champions from the rest, you know. I think going into next year, I just need to not blow up at tip of the thumb, for lack of better words, and keep this thing close from the start. And I really think I got the willpower to stop this four-peat, whatever, you know, Brad Maurer wants to call it next year. I don't know. GQ is still out there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
If Brad wins again next year, 4-peat, how devastating is that going to be for you and Jacob?
We might have to rewrite the entire Masters rule book because this format just is not working. Folks, actually, if you're watching this at home, you may not be watching it because you don't remember because it wasn't televised, but I won the first year, all right? So maybe we just cut the television, you know, just keep it a local thing, and don't let Brad Maurer get 4 in a row.
All right, you heard it here. I'm Tito McFredo with Carter Rodzik from the 2025 Masters. Back to you.
Well, what a Masters it was. Brad Maurer wins it for the 3rd straight year, but with more, let's see how the fans reacted.
Yeah, I heard you are a Carter Rodzik fan.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I was 5, him winning the Masters. But that was over 50 years ago. That was back in the days where they didn't even put the Masters on TV. Now it's just been a hopeless collapse.
What do you think of Jacob Maurer tonight?
He sucks. He chokes every year.
What do you think of Jacob Maurer right now?
He's the biggest fraud in the sport. Gosh!
What do you think of Jacob Maurer?
I put my life saving on him. Gosh! I put everything on him.
Looks like you are a Brad Maurer fan.
Hell yeah, I am. He is the 3-time champ, baby.
Straight world titles. Perfect on the greens again this year.
Brad Maurer making mini golf look like heavyweight boxing.
And with those 3 straight championships, some are asking the question, is he the greatest athlete of all time?
Look at this nerd.
3 straight mini golf masters. No one in the sport, maybe in any sport, has put together a run like Brad Maurer.
3 straight world titles. The man hasn't missed a cut in 2 years. That stroke through the windmill, pure art. I mean, if dominance is the metric, Brad Maurer might be the greatest athlete on the planet right now.
Hold up and take a look at his fans when he won.
Thank you for watching the 2025 Masters, brought to you by Michigan Cornhole Masters. Though they are out of business, they have bought the naming rights for this tournament for the next 41 years.